So that'd be enough. Hopefully you can see that, but that's reading about 30, 40, 50, 150. That's pretty low. Seems like a lot more than it should be. The little compression gauge fits good. I've got my little compression gauge down on the bottom cylinder. See, it fits good. Let's just see. So that one kind of looks like 145. So yes, it's got real good compression. Okay, so I did my compression test, and you know, of course, there was no timing marks. So what you want to do is, there's no way to time it if you don't have timing marks. So if you noticed, we have a mark here. I went ahead and marked it, right? That's 0. And then if we look, we've got a series of bolts. You know, 1, 2. Well, we go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, right? So you see, I already wrote down some numbers. Well, how did I come up with that? And it's pretty simple. You notice here it says minus 45. My explanation is this is after top dead center, so I'm saying minus 45. If we go over to the other side, on this side of the bolt, it's going to be 45 degrees. So this bolt hole pattern that you see, right, this is before top dead center, right? There's 2 little notches. So half of 45 is going to be 22.5 degrees before top dead center. And that's really what we are looking to get our spark right. That's what we're looking for. So how did I get that? Just kind of made a chart. There's our flywheel, right? So here it is. So the way this is on this engine, top dead center, if we were looking at the flywheel, it's kind of off to the side. So this is 0, then we got 45 degrees, we got 90, and then I left a couple of numbers out because we're not really concerned with them. So I got 180 up here, and then over here it's like 315. And this would be 45 degrees before top dead center. So it's turning and firing before, and so I just kind of wrote before, and then those 2 little notches, right, in the flywheel, those are 22.5 degrees before top dead center. So if we measure this, then, you know, half of 45 is 22.5. So to verify that, I just used my digital caliper. Okay, turn on, I'm on inches, and if I don't know if I can do it where you can kind of see it, but there is a notch in the flywheel, you can kind of feel it, right? And if we're 3 inches, I measured this before, kind of up like this, You know, you can see that it comes to that side of the bowl hole, right? So then, with the notches being where they are, right, I'll move this into this notch. See, it's 1.5 inches, or whatever. So that's half of the 3 inches. Okay, you get the idea. I'll put it on. So if you measure that from that notch, it's 1.5 inches. So now we know that I can keep measuring this down to get the degrees. So half of this would be, you know, 0.75 inches. It's 0.75 inches. Now, if I go on my notch, and make a mark up there, right, then that would be half of 22.5. So half of 22.5 is what, 11.21. I mean 11, yeah, 125. Rewind cable on. Because now that I've made my marks, I want to put the actual timing marks here. Okay, so that we get some kind of rough idea where we're at. And I need to put the dial indicator in here and find where my absolute top dead center is, and then that is going to relate to where I make my timing marks. Because I've got the flywheel, and then I've got to have some way to gauge where the flywheel is compared to the motor itself. Most of these mercuries are 5 to 8 degrees, and you could say it's safe between 20. You know, you're really, what the big thing is to find the wide open throttle advanced timing. I need to know what that is. It's going to be anywhere between 24 degrees and 33. You really kind of got to know what that is. And without a sticker or anything, Mercury doesn't, you know, have any of that information. They just put it on a sticker. All those stickers just never, you know, it'd been so much better to do a stamp right here. So that's where we're at. I put the recoil spring back on because we don't have any timing marks, right? So I installed my dial indicator. So as I move the flywheel around, and I've got it set right now, but we'll see, like, that's going backwards, right? Now I'm going forward now. So I marked 0, and then it'll start to go backwards. Okay, so if we're at 0, really their timing is always like in numbers like 0.464 for the 50 horsepower engines. So what Mercury says, like, this is absolute top dead center, but top dead center is actually 0.464 back, right? Which is probably why you have the two little marks on the flywheel. So remember, I marked, the white mark is the notch. If we look back here where there's the two little indentations, that's probably your top dead center. So what I need to do is actually, not for this engine, it won't be 464, it'll be like 0.208, I think. 203, I'm sorry. So you see it's going up, going up, going up, going up. Still going up. They're still going up. Okay, so right there is our 0. So now we're going to back this up 0.203. You can kind of feel the flywheel sort of do its thing. See, you don't have it slack. So right there is your top dead center. Now just have this little thing, and I'm going to make a mark, and that'll be my 0. So I got a little paint pen, and then I know this is 22.5, right? Okay. So now I need to know what half of that 0.75. So 11 would be half of that. Alright, so 0.75. So we'll put, this is 22. This is 0. This is basically 11. Okay. So half of 11, if we already use our ruler. Just think about this. That's 0.75. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to make a mark right there. Okay. We'll do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So if that's halfway, we're going to call this 5. Right? And then we're going to call this 16, right? So we're calling that 5, we'll call this 16. And then we're going to go halfway on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to call this 27. Okay. So now if we do half of this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we need to do 3. So 1, 1, 2, 3 is going to be right there. Right, so now we want to be about right there. And I got my timing hooked up to the battery. I got my ignition part to the #1 spark plug. And then we just got to turn the motor and see what we get here. So right now it's right at 0. So I'm going to do this spark advance. I'm going to see where it ends up at spark advance. Kind of what you want to do here is you want to have this in forward gear. I want this wide open throttle. and that's showing like somewhere around 16. So really we want to get to that 27 mark. So let's loosen this jam nut and adjust it, which is that guy, right? If you learn to spark advance, then this is throttle stop. Okay, I've got the same, basically the same motor as what was on that boat. Some of my video didn't come out very good, so I just thought I'd go ahead and do a synopsis, or finish it out, I guess. So where you're at now is you want to set the advanced timing. So I don't have a set of controls set up on this, but this is your advanced timing, right? So this jam nut, and it's got a Phillips screw, will adjust that advanced timing. Okay, so we're going to adjust this screw so that we know, where we're at 27 degrees before top dead center. And with this all the way back, the butterflies on the carburetor will be completely wide open. Alright, then we've got this nut, jam nut, and this screw, right, it needs to be tightened, is going to be our idle position. So if we pull this all the way back, we're going to stop that at 3 degrees. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 degrees before top dead center on this one. On the other one, I had it at about 5. That's set there. Again, you got like plus or minus 5, couple degrees. So 3 degrees is where that should be setting at. And that's going to vary because of how much compression you got. So, if you have less compression, it may move the timing slightly. And if the butterflies are not all the way opening, then right here we have this jam nut, and it's got a little screwdriver in. Okay, it's slotted. So do a flathead, and you can adjust that, and that's going to adjust your primary and secondary pickup on your carburetor. So primary, we want it closed, just cracked, like a hair crack, and then wide open throttle, the butterfly will be completely open, which it is. If I take it back, take this to there, like on this engine. So now if we look inside there, hopefully you can see that the butterfly is wide open. So the butterfly is wide open at wide open throttle. And then if we bring our throttle back, you can see now the venturi is basically closed. And that's setting your primary and secondary pickup on the carburetor. So you can see where I made a couple of marks on this engine just to see. And our next step will be fuel and air. Thanks for watching.
I used to hear 'em talking